Patch 1.2 for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 just dropped, and the list of fixes and detailed additions is very long. But to players like me who immerse themselves to the stealth gameplay of the game, our main focus is the stealth updates. So here's a quick rundown of all the important stealth related items listed in the patch. Note that there might be other fixes and additions related to stealth that I may miss or just not include in the official list. First is rebalanced stealth items and recalculated items' conspicuousness based on their appearance. So I'm not really sure if by stealth items they only mean clothing, but I did notice that a lot of the clothing did change their noise, conspicuousness, and visibility stats. Also, I noticed that some items changed their names. I'm not really sure which items these are, but looking at my inventory, I now have a thief's hood and a pickpocket's tunic. I think these items existed before but were just renamed. The thief's hood I think is either the black simple hood or the priest's hood. Then the pickpocket's tunic was just a black tunic before, I think. Next is rebalance the difficulty of pickpocketing NPCs. From my early testing, I noticed that moving in the pickpocket minigame is kind of faster, even with the thievery skill of just 6. So the rebalance may be to make pickpocketing a little bit easier and smoother since the previous version did feel too sluggish. Rebalance XP gain for Vitality, Agility, Thievery, Stealth, Marksmanship, Houndmaster, Horse Riding, and melee weapon skills. Specifically, training Marksmanship should be noticeably easier now and training melee weapon skills should be slightly slower. There was also a rebalance in XP gained which includes Stealth and Thievery. I'm not sure if leveling these are slower or faster since it's really hard to gauge since the required XP increases incrementally dependent on the level. So just keep in mind that there are changes. Changed how civilians react to the player's dog in stealth areas. I haven't tested this yet, but this may be referring to NPCs shooing and chasing after Mutt in the previous version. They probably made it less annoying. Next, let's talk about the items that were under the stealth category in the patch notes. Created new clothing and equipment specifically supporting stealth gameplay and rebalanced stealth stats for all clothing. So this might be referring to the thief's hood and pickpocket tunic that I mentioned earlier and the rebalances along with it. Since they mentioned new clothing and equipment, I guess it's best to keep our eyes out for new stealth items. Fixed NPC reactions to pebbles being thrown from a different floor. Honestly, I have no idea what this means, but I do remember in Trotsky Castle that when I throw pebbles to lure the upper floor guards, they tend to comment but not investigate. So they might have fixed that. Added a time period before the next bandit starts patrolling the route after the previous bandit was eliminated. So they kind of fixed bandit camps a bit, because previously the way bandit patrols work is that when you kill a patrol, one bandit will immediately start walking and replace the killed patrol. This was almost instant, so you can exploit it by simply eliminating a guard and then hiding his body. Then you just wait for a few seconds for another guard to replace him and rinse and repeat. With the added time period, it can still be done but will be tedious since it's not instant anymore. Next, let's talk about takedowns, which is the longest in this list. Added screaming of NPCs when being stealth killed. Now, NPCs screamed before if you failed the quick time event, so I don't know why this says added. But maybe the screaming is louder which will wake up other sleeping enemies that are further away. Though I tested this and it just feels the same really. I'll do more testing I guess. Improved takedown and stealth kill animations for lying NPCs in complicated areas. I did notice that the kill animation for sitting and sleeping NPCs feels smoother, but overall it looks the same as before. Maybe there are very specific areas or locations that this applies to, I don't know. Polish animations of stealth killing female NPCs. For stealth killing female NPCs, I did notice that the animation changed. Henry now stabs them just below the rib or somewhere like that, which is different when stealth killing male NPCs. Stealth kills are now more likely to fail. Now before the patch, stealth kills even at low levels did seem to be easier when doing it against unarmored enemies. This fix might have tweaked that a bit and made it likely for lower level enemies to counter stealth takedowns. Still, when your stealth level is high, stealth killing should be easier. Then here's a list of some minor or general stealth changes as well. Removed animation glitch at the end of the slaughter animation, improved stealth kill animations, improved light of falling torches after stealth killing or knocking out an NPC, fixed positioning players' hands on takedown victims' face. There are also some stealth-related changes for some quests. Some examples are in the Easy Rider quest, which is at the beginning. We cannot stealth knock out the bandits anymore. This is very minor, but I did like doing this before for my guides. In For Whom the Bell Tolls quest, they repositioned the guards at Trotsky to make stealth easier. And in Reckoning, they rebalanced the stats of the Preg soldiers to make stealth slightly more challenging. I still have to test though if using the disguise is still as effective as it was before. And that's every important patch note that is related to stealth.
I only wanted to give a really friendly hug. To a man you don't know, and what's more, from behind!